You walk into a crowded room and scan the faces around you. In a fraction of a second across a distance of 50 feet, your eyes lock with a complete stranger. Before either of you speaks a single word, a massive neurochemical exchange takes place in your brain. Why does such a tiny physical movement holding someone else's gaze possess the power to trigger a racing heart or a sudden wave of comfort? Humans are the only primates with highly visible white sclera surrounding the colored iris. This evolutionary quirk was not an accident but a biological adaptation designed to broadcast our attention and intentions. Eye contact is the most primal form of human currency. How are you spending yours? Consider the last time you felt truly heard by someone. Chances are they were looking directly at you. Research suggests that when two people engage in direct eye contact, their brainwaves actually begin to synchronize. This phenomenon, known as neural coupling, essentially allows two nervous systems to communicate without words. Yet many of us actively avoid eye contact, staring at our phones or the floor. We often assume we are just being polite or giving others space, but avoiding a gaze usually stems from a deep internal mechanism designed to protect us from perceived threats. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it feels to maintain eye contact when you are unsure of yourself? This is because looking into another person's eyes demands high cognitive load and emotional vulnerability. Your brain is simultaneously processing their microexpressions while managing your own physical reactions. It is a complex biological dance that directly impacts your daily productivity and mental clarity. Evidence indicates that sustained eye contact directly stimulates the release of oxytocin in the brain. Often referred to as the bonding hormone, oxytocin lowers cortisol levels and reduces physical stress. When you look someone in the eye warmly, you are literally giving their nervous system a physiological cue that they are safe. This is why mastering this skill is not just about projecting confidence but about biologically disarming the people around you. Think about your last negotiation or important career discussion. Did you feel anxious? When you break eye contact too quickly, you unintentionally signal to the other person that there is a disruption in trust. Trust is the absolute foundation of all financial success and personal relationships. People do not invest their money or their time in individuals they cannot read. By understanding the chemical power of your gaze, you can begin to deliberately shape how the world responds to you. A common misconception in the corporate world is that a relentless, unyielding stare projects dominance and leadership. In reality, aggressive staring triggers the amygdala, the brain's fear center, prompting a fight or flight response in your colleagues. True leadership is not about intimidation but about connection. When you look at someone with relaxed, focused attention, you communicate competence and emotional intelligence. Scientists are investigating how eye contact influences perceived intelligence, and their findings are fascinating. People who maintain appropriate eye contact are consistently rated as smarter, more competent, and more trustworthy by their peers regardless of their actual qualifications. This means that a simple physical habit where you direct your eyes can artificially inflate or deflate how your professional value is perceived. Are you unknowingly sabotaging your own career progress simply by looking away at the crucial moment of a conversation? You might be wondering how much eye contact is actually appropriate before it becomes uncomfortable. Behavioral researchers have identified a natural rhythm to human interaction, often called the 50-70 rule. During a healthy conversation, a person should maintain eye contact for roughly 50% of the time while speaking and about 70% of the time while listening. This simple ratio completely changes the dynamic of any social exchange. When you speak, looking away occasionally shows that you are deep in thought, which adds weight and authenticity to your words. But when you listen, holding their gaze proves that you value their perspective. Reflect on your own habits for a moment. Do you tend to scan the room when someone else is talking? This subtle physical detachment often damages relationships over time because it implicitly tells the speaker they are not your priority. There is another layer to this visual communication that operates entirely below our conscious awareness. When we are genuinely interested in someone or something, our pupils naturally dilate, expanding to let in more light. We cannot consciously control this physical reaction, yet our brains are expertly wired to detect it in others. When you maintain comfortable eye contact with someone, you are giving their subconscious mind the opportunity to read your dilated pupils, which builds an immediate sense of rapport and mutual interest. This is why face-to-face meetings are exponentially more effective for closing financial deals than phone calls. You are allowing the biological machinery of trust to do the heavy lifting for you. In a world increasingly dominated by digital screens and remote work, the person who can sit across from another human being and hold a steady, warm gaze possesses a rare and highly lucrative skill. However, the modern environment is actively degrading our ability to connect in this way. We spend hours staring at blue-light-emitting screens, which dramatically reduces our blink rate and causes severe eye fatigue. This physical strain does not just damage your vision, it drains your mental energy and makes prolonged eye contact feel physically uncomfortable. When your eyes are dry and tired, you naturally avert your gaze more often, which others may misinterpret as a lack of confidence or evasiveness. Connecting physical health to your social success is crucial here. Hydrating, properly managing screen time, and getting adequate sleep directly support your ability to maintain a strong physical presence in a room. Have you ever noticed how much harder it is to look someone in the eye when you are sleep deprived? Your physical vitality is the foundation that allows your psychological confidence to shine through. If maintaining eye contact feels overwhelming, there is a practical method to help you build this discipline without triggering your own anxiety. It is known as the triangle technique. Instead of locking onto a person's pupils, which can feel intensely vulnerable, draw an imaginary inverted triangle on their face, connecting their eyes and their mouth. As they speak slowly, let your gaze move naturally between these 3 points. This keeps your focus on their face, showing complete engagement while breaking the intense neurological tension of a direct stare down. It is a highly effective way to retrain your nervous system to tolerate intimacy in professional and personal settings. Small daily actions like using this technique with a cashier or a barista compound over time. You are essentially taking your social muscles to the gym, conditioning your brain to associate human connection with safety rather than stress. The fear of eye contact is fundamentally a fear of being truly seen. We look away because we are afraid the other person might detect our insecurities, our lack of knowledge, or our imposter syndrome. But here is a surprising perspective shift. Evidence suggests that embracing that vulnerability actually increases your charisma. When you hold eye contact, even when you feel slightly nervous, you are signaling immense internal strength. You are telling the other person that you are willing to exist in the uncomfortable space of mutual observation. This specific type of psychological courage is incredibly attractive in both business and romantic relationships. People gravitate toward those who make them feel seen, and you cannot make someone feel seen if you are busy hiding. What would happen in your life if you stopped hiding behind your phone or your lowered gaze and started observing the world directly? This leads directly to the concept of persuasion and financial success. Whether you are pitching a startup, asking for a promotion, or simply trying to convince a friend to try a new restaurant, your visual focus dictates your persuasive power. When you deliver a key point with unwavering eye contact, your words carry physical weight. You anchor your message in the reality of the present moment. Conversely, delivering a profound statement while looking at the floor completely strips the statement of its authority. The greatest leaders and most successful entrepreneurs are often described as having a reality distortion field, a magnetic presence that draws people into their vision. That presence always begins with the eyes. They use their gaze to make the person in front of them feel like they are the most important entity in the universe. This level of focus requires immense mental discipline. Building this mental discipline starts with everyday situations that you likely overlook. The next time you order a coffee, challenge yourself to look the barista in the eyes until they hand you your change. The next time you pass a colleague in the hallway, hold their gaze just 1 second longer than you normally would and offer a small nod. These tiny increments of tension are like micro-workouts for your nervous system. You are teaching your brain that looking at people does not result in a negative outcome. Over weeks and months, this newfound capacity for connection bleeds into every other area of your life. You will find yourself speaking up more in meetings because you no longer fear the collective gaze of the room. You will notice that people respond to your requests more quickly and with more warmth. The compounding effect of small social habits is staggering. Ultimately, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships, and the quality of your relationships is dictated by the depth of your presence. In an era of constant distraction, giving someone your undivided visual attention is the rarest and most valuable gift you can offer. It is a profound act of respect. When you look deeply at your partner, your children, or your friends, you are creating a biological feedback loop of safety and affection that strengthens the bond for the long term. Trust is established in these quiet moments of shared attention long before any contracts are signed or promises are made. You build a foundation of reliability simply by proving that you are brave enough to stay present when it would be so much easier to look away. We began this journey by exploring the biological quirk of our visible sclera and the primal currency of human attention. We uncovered the neurochemistry of trust, the importance of the 50-70 rule, and the physical toll that screen fatigue takes on our social endurance. You now understand that eye contact is not a magical shortcut to success, but a foundational biological mechanism that supports everything from your career trajectory to your deepest personal bonds. You are entirely capable of rewriting your social programming. You do not have to become a completely different person overnight. You just have to be willing to look up a little more often. The world is full of incredible opportunities waiting to be noticed by someone with the courage to simply hold the gaze. Take this knowledge, step out of your comfort zone, and start seeing the true potential in every interaction. Thank you for tuning in to the Health and Wealth channel. If this exploration of human connection brought value to your day, please leave a comment and share your own experiences with building better habits. Subscribe for more insights on optimizing your mind, your body, and your life. Keep growing and stay focused. Please note that the information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician regarding any medical or psychological condition.